Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to the channel. You know it's your boy Anime King. And before you start, go and check out Uchiha Naruto the Sage. I just posted part 13 on my second channel. I'll be leaving a link at top of the description for you guys to enjoy. But for now I'm going to be giving you part 3 of what if Naruto was a mercenary. Yes guys, get this one to 100 like as usual, and remember to comment down below and tell me what you think of this episode. Remember to share it to all of your friends on your social media platform. And if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, what are you waiting for? I know you see that red subscribe button. So go ahead and click it and be a part of the Anime King family. And also the link in the description will send you over to my second channel where you can enjoy lovely what ifs as well. So yeah guys, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Start the intro. Basically last time we left off, Sakura had went to visit Sasuke. After Sasuke telling her his true feelings, he broke her heart into a million pieces and she finally realized that Sasuke will never love her. So she went back and made friends with Ino, and she pleaded and begged Tsunade to train her. And after pleading and begging, Tsunade finally agreed. But she was going to do it anyway because Naruto told her before he was going away that she should train Sakura. Sakura now is trying to make back friends with everyone in the village, as she finally figured out that Sasuke means nothing to her after he tore her heart into a million pieces after he finally told her that he will never love her. So yeah, basically that was it, but you guys can go across and check out this in the playlist. Start from part 1 if you're new, and if you already catch up, let's get straight in this new episode. We start this episode at Sasuke's cell. Sasuke was in his cell, trying to get some sleep, but he couldn't get Naruto out of his mind. Naruto has already gone off the train with a legendary Sannin, and he is trapped inside here, cannot do anything, as it angered him to no end. Why did Naruto have to get the great privilege of going on a training trip with one of Konoha's strongest ninja? It should be him. He should be trained by one of the legendary Sannin. He had his chance to be trained by one, but he growled when he remembered that Naruto stopped him and defeated him. He should have killed Naruto and awakened his Mangekyo Sharingan, but no, he had to hold himself back. He then heard the prison door open. He then put down his head, knowing that one of the Anvus are coming in. The Anvu stopped right in front of his cell, as he saw the Anvu wearing a brown coat and a white cat mask, with a piece of the mask colored green. He groaned in annoyance. "What do you want? I haven't done anything," Sasuke said, as the Anvu stood at his cell. "Oh yes, you did something bad, Sasuke. It was rude of you to keep Orochimaru waiting." Sasuke's eyes opened as he heard this. "Who are you?" he said, as the Anvu took off his mask and revealed a familiar face, Kabuto. It was Orochimaru's spy, as Sasuke remembered him from the Chunin exams. "I guess you're here to get me out of here," Sasuke said as he had a smile on his face. He was happy for this. "Yes, and I went through a lot of trouble to get all the way here and take care of the Anvu force in the building. Now I see why the Sun 4 and Kimimaro were killed, and why they were able to capture you," Sasuke growled. "It was Naruto. That dope should have stayed out of my way." Kabuto simply chuckled. "So, Naruto was the one who brought you back here?" "How?" he said, as he then fixed his glasses. Sasuke growled. "Are you going to get me out of here or not?" "Yes, I am supposed to bring you back with me to Lord Orochimaru." "So, I guess they have sealed your chakra." "Yes, I cannot use jutsu or my Sharingan, and the Sannin seal away the power of the curse mark. The way I am right now, I am completely useless. You must be talking about Jiraiya. He is a seal master after all, but Orochimaru can take care of those problems. Now, move aside. Sasuke did, and Kabuto's hand glowed with chakra, making it hard as he crushed the lock on the cell, opening it. Here, put this on, Kabuto said, while giving Sasuke a grey coat with a hoodie. As he then put his mask back on, we should hurry. The Anvu patrol will be here in any minute. As Sasuke nodded as he put the cloak on and put on the hoodie, as him and Kabuto left the prison section. At Sakura's house, Sakura had changed into her pajamas. She was ready to go to bed. She knew that from this day on, her life was going to be hard. She started her training with Tsunade tomorrow. Before she went to bed, she took a look at the picture of Team 7 resting on her nightstand. She took the picture and ripped off the part where Sasuke was, leaving only her and Naruto and Kakashi on the photo. She finally see that Sasuke was never going to feel any way for her, and now she had nothing but anger and hatred towards him for what he did to Naruto. He's just a selfish bastard who doesn't care about anything but revenge. She placed the picture back in the frame and went to the window. She was staring at the stars. It was a very beautiful sight. I want to become friends with you again, Naruto, she said, as she closed her eyes. She then closed back her window and lay on the bed. Wherever you are, Naruto, I hope you're alright. Deep in the forest, somewhere in the Fire Country territory, Naruto was sleeping in his sleeping bag while Jiraiya was snoring in his sleeping bag. Naruto was twisting and turning, obviously. He couldn't get any sleep. He got up when he heard something. As he looked at the sky to see a shooting star, I thought I heard Sakura's voice. It must be my imagination, he said, as he then went back and tried to get some sleep. At the Hokage's tower, Hokage bedroom, Shizune burst to the door to see that Tsunade was still sleeping in her bed. Wake up, late Tsunade, wake up! As Tsunade growled as she got up. What is it, Shizune? It's Sasuke, the Uchiha. He has escaped. What? Yelled Tsunade. Back at the Anvu headquarters, there were Anvu members checking the cell where Sasuke was. Kakashi was also there as he checked on the lock to see that the lock of the cell was destroyed. I have seen this before, Kakashi thought as he remembered at the Chunin when the Anvu guards were taken out at the hospital. There is no doubt I have seen this before. This has to be his work, said Kakashi. What happened here? Kakashi turned to see Tsunade and Shizune heading his way. Hokage, Sasuke has escaped. Yeah, I know that obviously, but how the hell did he get out? Obviously someone busted him out. Because he couldn't use any jutsu. His chakra was sealed, said one of the Anvus. Yes, and I have a pretty good idea. The one who was responsible for helping Sasuke escape, Kakashi said. Who? Asked Shizune. I have seen this work before, and he is able to take out so many Anvu guards. It's Kabuto. Kabuto? Tsunade growled. Damn, Orochimaru took Sasuke after all. After all the effort Naruto went through. We should search for them, another Anvu said. Forget it. By now they must be out of the village and reaching to the border as we speak. Besides, I'm not even going to send another retrieval team bringing that traitor back. I'd rather see him in a body bag along with Orochimaru. The council won't be happy about this, said Shizune. I know they were looking forward for tomorrow for the trial so they can vote their precious Sasuke not guilty, Tsunade said. As she went to her Anvu, I want Sasuke's information to be put in the bingo book and call all of the hunter nins. He should be hunted down and killed on sight. Yes, Hokage, the Anvu said as he vanished. I trust that you have no objections to my decision, Kakashi, Tsunade asked. Kakashi shook his head. None whatsoever, Hokage. Good. Now all, let's go back and get some rest because tomorrow is another day. They all left, while Kakashi stayed behind, looking at the cell. I am sorry, Sasuke. Forgive me. I have failed you. But your crime cannot go unpunished. Somewhere in the Fire Country territory, Jiraiya and Naruto will continue their journey across the Fire Country. Right now they were traveling through a forest and they haven't found a town to stop in yet. As they haven't stopped in a hotel or Jiraiya haven't been with any women's. But something was worrying Jiraiya. Through their whole trip, he hasn't heard anything come out of Naruto's mouth yet. He already knew how Naruto behaved. He was a loudmouth, hyperactive ninja always, begging him to teach him a cool new jutsu or train him. But there was just nothing. He didn't spoke. Maybe he was sick, or did he have some kind of fever that prevented him from talking? That must be it. One thing was certain, to the Toad Sannin, this wasn't the Uzumaki Naruto he knew. This was a completely different person. He gazed at Naruto, who was still quiet, not even a single smile on his face. That to say he was looking forward to the training schedule. Nothing. Or the upcoming years, so he can start his new position as a Konoha mercenary. They keep walking until Jiraiya reaches his limit. No doubt that something has happened to his student back in Konoha. Why else would he be so quiet and not saying a damn word? What in the world is wrong with him? He hasn't said a single word since they left Konoha. Jiraiya then stopped walking, as Naruto kept on walking, not realizing that his teacher had stopped walking. Jiraiya grabbed onto his shoulder, catching Naruto's attention. Alright Naruto, let's get some rest here, before we head out again. Naruto simply nodded, as he got seated to a large rock next to the Toad Sannin, as he showed no emotion on his face, just quiet. As Jiraiya finally sighed in defeated, he needed to know what was wrong with Naruto. Naruto, you've been quiet since we left the village. Is something wrong? Naruto didn't answer, he was still quiet. Naruto, look, I do not need to be a genius to realize that something is wrong. So tell me, what is wrong with you? I mean, you haven't said a single word since we left Konoha. And usually, you're a loudmouth brat. You haven't called me a perverted hermit, and you haven't said anything about me teaching you a new jutsu or anything, or about our trip or our journey. So tell me, what is wrong with you? Naruto still didn't answer. He then turned his head away from him, as he looked in the opposite direction and then sighed. Jiraiya now knew that this is a serious matter. Whatever happened to make Naruto act like this? He must have gone through something terrible or seen something terrible that happened in Konoha, as he hoped that it wasn't too serious to get over, as he wanted Naruto in a good state of mind. He then got seated on the rock with Naruto because it was wide in size. He put a hand on Naruto's shoulder. Naruto, you might feel better if you tell me. What's wrong? We have been traveling together for a long time now, and you haven't said a word. So go ahead, tell me, what's wrong? Naruto sighed in defeat. There was no way that he was going to avoid this topic. Jiraiya already knew that something was wrong, and he was just going to keep asking him over and over, so it might as well Naruto tell him. Something happened after we got back Sasuke to the village. Naruto tried and erase it from his mind, but it always come back to haunt him. Oh Naruto, said Jiraiya, everyone is safe, some of them were injured, but thanks to Konoha medical team, they all got better. No, that's not it, Naruto said. He know now that it wasn't his fault. They all fight their hardest to bring back Sasuke to the village. And I fulfilled my promise too. Naruto didn't utter the name, as it always reminded him of those hurtful outbursts he said, and after hurtful outbursts he said to him also, as he didn't want to relive those memories. It was when we were outside of Sasuke's room And she came with Ino. She? Jiraiya asked with a raised eyebrow. Who was he talking about? I am talking about my other teammate, he said softly, as the past events of what he said in the hospital kept repeating over and over in his head. Jiraiya smiled, now knowing what he was talking about. Although he finds it strange that he didn't say her name, he knows that the pink-haired girl on his group, that's Sakura, right? Jiraiya said. Hearing the name of the pink-haired girl, Naruto flinched like he just got stabbed by something very sharp. Jiraiya saw his reaction, and now he had an idea, knowing that something was going on from hearing her name, and Naruto didn't even mention her name. So Naruto, did something happen between you and Sakura? Naruto slowly nodded, as he did not look at Jiraiya, but he looked up in the sky. Before I left to go rescue Sasuke, I promised Sakura that I was going to bring him back. Naruto said, it was a promise of the lifetime, and I fulfilled my promise by bringing him back. And I thought that she would have been happy with me. But instead, as Jiraiya watched Naruto tighten his fist in anger, remembering the horrible day, she turned to me and rejected me because of the injuries that I placed on Sasuke. Even though he tried to kill me, she didn't care one bit. She only cared about Sasuke. She didn't even care that I nearly died or I was wounded badly. But she rushed and looked over Sasuke's small wounds, Naruto said, as he kept on clenching his fist in anger, as he then let go his fist, as Jiraiya did not understand why Naruto was so upset, as he then saw tears start to form in the corner of Naruto's eye. That day I snapped at her. I yelled, I insulted her with some cruel and cold words. I have never done something so bad in my entire life. I rejected her in the worst way that no person should reject another. I broke her. I crushed her, the one girl I promised to make happy. Naruto then looked at Jiraiya, and you know what the worst part of this is? The one girl I loved since I was a kid hate me because of how I treated her. And I deserve it. She hate me now. She despises me so much. And I don't know why. Why does it hurt so much? It's not like she didn't hurt me as well. But my heart, I feel like I'm holding something in. And I hate feeling this way. As Naruto started to break down and cry, as tears leaked from his eyes, as he looked at Jiraiya crying out of control. Jiraiya then went over and took Naruto in a comforting form. To think that Naruto has experienced something so heartbroken at his age, that is quite terrible, Jiraiya thought. But Jiraiya was pretty amazing, the blonde-haired boy. After experiencing such a breakdown, he managed to hold his emotion in for days. Some people would have exploded in the first day and let it all out, but not Naruto. After a couple of minutes, Naruto started to calm down as Jiraiya broke the hug, seeing that he was drying his tears, as he gave him a friendly slap on his back. I am sorry that you had to go through something like that. Something so hard, Naruto. I cannot blame you for snapping at her. But I like that you finally break down. You couldn't hold it anymore, Naruto. It was going to happen sooner or later. I know that she has always hated me, even if I tried to make her like me as a friend. But after what I did, I bet she hate me till death. No, that's not what I'm talking about, Naruto. You're the kind of person that hold your personal emotions within. You see, you don't show any anger. You don't show any anger towards the people of the village who treated you badly or anything. You suppress it within you and don't let it get to you. Even when you were feeling like crying, I guess you just hold back all of your tears. You didn't matter how much it hurt, you always kept it inside. So you're saying that I snapped at Sakura a bad time, just when my emotions got the better of me. I know I didn't mean to say all of those horrible things to her, but I felt so angry and I couldn't hold back my anger anymore. Exactly. You finally let out all of your pain and emotions, Naruto. You let it all out. But she was the one who you let it all out on. You are one of those persons who are reliable and always help others. You never focus on yourself and worry about your own emotions. You always try to look out for others. Worse if they become precious to you. What do you mean by that? Naruto asks, not having a clue what Jiraiya was talking about. Jiraiya sighed. I am talking about if you feel like crying, then cry. If you feel like laughing, then laugh. If you feel like getting angry, then get angry. But don't hold your emotion in. If you keep that up, something like the incident at the hospital will happen again with someone. If you hold in all of that anger and all of your emotions, it doesn't matter what kind of emotion, don't hold it all in. Naruto was in deep thought after hearing Jiraiya's words. He was never selfish, always worrying about other people's problems, his friends mostly. He didn't have time to take care of himself or worried about his emotions, even though he has been through so much of not having a parents and the villagers hating him. Yet he always had a smile on his face and never let out the problem within him and always hold them in. He guessed that everything just came to the surface. He snapped when Sakura rejected him. Naruto looked into the distance. I guess you're right, perverted hermit. I didn't realize that myself was holding in so much emotion. And when Sakura rejected me, I guess I just let it all out on her. But she never had to treat me like that. Instead of saying no, well, I guess I don't understand women at all. Jiraiya chuckled as he gave Naruto another friendly slap on the back. Yes, understanding women in this world is one of the biggest mysteries. I have learned a lot over the years, but I still don't understand women, Naruto. Well, some of them mostly, he said with a perverted smile. You see, Naruto, girls in the age of Sakura don't know what they want in a boy, and they just follow the crowd. So she chose to like Sasuke just because of what the people thought about him, because he was the last Uchiha and they praised him like a hero. So this is the truth about young girls. They don't know what true love is until it's too late. There, with this knowledge I have given you, I hope you pass it on to the next generation of man so they could understand woman better, Jiraiya said as Naruto nodded, inspired by the words that Jiraiya just told him. So what you're saying, that Sakura doesn't really like Sasuke? Well, it was just a crush, but she is stuck in some sort of trance, and she is the only one who can find out that she doesn't really have that feeling for him anymore. If he rejects her too bad, or something happened. But even though he's a traitor, she still have feelings for him. So Naruto, I don't know what it will take. Naruto then looked at Jiraiya. I hope she figured it out soon. Okay, thanks, perverted Hermin. Jiraiya sighed. Naruto, would it kill you to call me sensei or Jiraiya sensei, but not that one? Naruto gave him a grin. No, I think perverted Hermin suit you. Jiraiya's sweat dropped, but he smiled. It looks like Naruto is getting back to normal. But he will need time to heal his mind and his heart. By the way, Naruto, about Sakura, I don't think she hates you like you say. Naruto was shocked at Jiraiya's comment. She must hate me. After all those cruel things I said to her, she must hate me a lot. Listen to me, Naruto. I think that Sakura has realized her mistake. This thing she told you at the hospital to make you snap and get angry. I think that she was just so consumed with Sasuke that she didn't know that she was hurting you that bad. But after she got time to think over it, I bet that she doesn't hate you. So what are you saying? That Sakura is not angry with me for snapping at her the way I did? Believe me, Naruto, I think that Sakura is hurting because she finally understands that what she said to you was a horrible mistake and she wished that she could take it back. But she cannot now because you are not at the village. Naruto was looking at Jiraiya with pure disbelief. He really thought in his head that Sakura hated him and never wanted to see him again. Naruto then sighed as he looked up. Jiraiya then got up off the rock. Naruto, one more thing. What is it? About Sakura. Do you still love her? Naruto was surprised. He wasn't expecting to hear this. I don't know right now. My feelings are all over the place. But somewhere in my heart, it doesn't matter what she said, I still feel attracted to her. But at this moment, it is all messed up. Just give it some time, Naruto. Who knows, over 5 years things can really change. Naruto just smiled as he said, I guess so. As the two of them then carry on with their travels. As Naruto was in deep thought, I wonder, will I be able to face Sakura again? But this, guys, I'm gonna end it right here. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna end this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Get this one to 100 likes as usual. Share it to all of your friends on your social media platform. And yeah, I'm out for now. Peace.